Yo. What's good, everybody? We back at it again on the live stream. So Yankees come off another series win. They beat the White Sox 3 out of 4 in this series. So just came on to talk about that a little bit. I'm going to go over each game, though I recap it on all the shorts. I like to go live after every series just to give you guys like an overall view where the Yankees are and just want to chat a little bit. So, yeah. After this series, the Yankees are 76-61, 2.5 out of first place behind Toronto, and they are currently tied with Boston. As Boston 77-62, so they have basically the same record as Boston, and they're 2.5 out of first place in the AL East. So after these last two series, we put ourselves in a really good spot. So we have now won 6 out of the last 7. We swept Nationals, took care of business with them, and took 3 out of 4 from the White Sox, which could have easily went another direction. We could have split this series because Game 3 was wild, but I'll get into that. You're still able to come out with the win, which is good. But yeah, so let me date back. This was on Game 1 was like 5 days ago, so I low-key forgot about it. Sorry I posted the last short recap a day later. So yeah, Game 4 was on Sunday, and I posted it on Monday night. Sorry about that. I just didn't really have time to record. But yeah, dating back, Game 1 was Thursday, August 28th. Yankees won that one 10-4. Let me see. I don't even remember what happened at the start of this. I forget about a lot of these games. Yankees put up 10 runs on 12 hits. Will Warren pitched. Yes, that was the game. Okay, Volpe had an error that game. That was the game after he got – no, wait, sorry. No, he played Game 3 against the Nationals. He went 0 for 5. And he had a bounce-back Game 1 in Chicago. Volpe went 2 for 3 with an RBI, which is good. I mean, I still feel like he needs to show more. I mean, the defense wasn't great either. He had another error. I believe he's at 18 now for the year. But yeah, Game 1, Will Warren, 5 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, 0 earned runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Yeah, so none of those runs were earned because Volpe had the error in that inning. And then Will Warren went on to give up the grand slam. So none of those runs are earned for him. Still, I mean, decent outing. Could have been better from him, but I'll take it from Will Warren. It's not too bad. And then Fernando Cruz went in, 1 inning, scoreless ball. Bullpen was honestly lights out this game. We had Warren, then Cruz, then Weaver, then Williams, who looked good, and then Leiter to finish it out. So good to see the bullpen. Actually, the bullpen didn't give up a single hit that game. That's rare, but yeah, didn't have to use Bednar or Duvall in Game 1, which was good. The Yankees came out on top and got the win, 10-4. Let me go back. Like I said, this was 5 days ago, so I honestly forgot. So Bellinger had a 2-run homer. Bellinger did really good in that National Series. He was 7 for 10 and continued it into Chicago. So Bellinger had a 2-run bomb in the first. That was his 26th of the year. He continues to rake and proves why the Yankees should re-sign him next year. And then let's see after that. McMahon had a nice play at third. Backhand play on the run. Jazz hit his 26th of the year. 2 Yankees who had 26 homers this season. That's good to see. Jazz hit one out in the second. Ben Rice had an RBI single. So yeah. And then the Miguel Vargas grand slam came in the bottom of the second when Volpe made that costly error, which led to the grand slam. So that tied the game. And then Judge had an RBI single. That was the play where he hit like a ground ball to third. Third baseman had to make a backhand play. He threw the ball to first, and I believe Miguel Vargas was at first base on that play. And Judge ran into his wrist because he had to come off the base. So Judge ran into his wrist, and his wrist bent backwards. So Miguel Vargas came out of the game, which was it Miguel Vargas? Yeah. So I mean, I hope he's okay. I mean, Judge is a big guy, 6'7", fucking 250. So see why that hurt, and he had to come out of the game. But yeah, prayers up for him. Jazz had a sac fly to make it 6-4. Volpe did have a good defensive play in the 6th inning. Nice backhand play in the hole, so made up for the very costly error he had in the second inning. And then he also had a sac fly. Grisham had a 2-run homer, and Goldie also had a pinch hit sac fly. So Yankees put up 10 runs. Offense continued to rake. They win game one by a final score of 10-4. And then going into game two, Yankees also put up 10 runs. 10 or for the third straight game, they put up 10 or more runs because they put up 11 in the game three against the Nationals and then 10 back to back versus the White Sox. So the offense continued to rake. 10 runs, 7 hits. Rodon was very sharp. 6 innings, 7 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. Rodon continues to prove himself as a Yankee. Bullpen was pretty good as well. Only allowed 2 runs. Or bullpen allowed 1 run, sorry. So Cruz won again for the second straight day. He looked good. Only 1 inning, 1 hit. Tim Hill went 1 inning, 3 hits, 1 run against his former team. So that was the only other run that was given up. Doval went in, scoreless outing from him. So yeah, bullpen did a pretty good job overall. You can afford to give up runs like that late in the game when your offense puts up 10 runs for you. So yeah, let me go back, see how we scored 10 runs. I believe Grisham had another homer that game. So Ben Rice grounded out to a double play, scored the first run, and then Grisham had that huge grand slam to make it his 28th of the year. Grisham just continues to rake. I mean, he's honestly having a phenomenal year with the Yankees. To be honest, I don't think anybody expected him to be this good. I'm not gonna lie. Like going into this year, I just thought I didn't even think he was going to be an everyday player. But yeah, he's proven himself a lot. I mean, just overall turned himself into a solid baseball player. So Grisham had a grand slam in the fourth. That pretty much broke it open. White Sox weren't coming back from that. So made it 5-0. And then let me see. Volpe had an RBI single in the sixth to make it 6-1. He had another 2 hits this game. So back-to-back 2-hit games for Volpe. Like to see that. And then Wells had an RBI single. Ben Rice had an RBI single. That all came in the 6th inning. So to make it 8-1, top of the 7th, Volpe smashed a 2-run homer to finish it off for the Yankees. That was his 19th of the year. I mean, though Volpe's stats aren't that great, I'll pull it up real quick. Volpe stats. They're not great. For year 3, it is very disappointing. I'll still admit that. But yeah, he's only hitting 210, 19 homers, 70 RBIs with a 679 OPS. 679 OPS is pretty rough. It's below league average. League average is around 700. So yeah, it's not a good year for Volpe. Honestly, not very good at all. Defense has fell off a lot too. After winning that Gold Glove 2023, we're expecting more from him in 2024. Really wasn't that great. And this year too, just honestly hasn't been a great year for Volpe, but still 19 homers is solid from him. So yeah, I hope he could get something going after that. Doval closed it out. Yankees won this one 10-2. So yeah, game 3, game 3 shit got interesting. Like this game was like this was an actual baseball game. This wasn't just beating up on bad teams. Like we could have very easily lost this game. Yankees only had 2 runs on I believe 3 hits. I think Judge had a homer this game, and Wells had a homer through like 10 innings. So we only had 2 hits through 10 innings, which is very unacceptable. So versing a good team like Boston, Toronto, Houston, shit's not going to slide. I mean, they're going to put up runs. But yeah, luckily we're versing the White Sox and we're able to come out with the series victory. So yeah, let me go back to I'll do the game story first. Schlittler looked very good this game. So Judge had a solo home run in the 4th to make it 1-0. That was his 42nd of the year. So yeah, I hope he starts to get hot. I mean, voice crack. I hope he starts to get hot because low key he hasn't been great last month or so. But still putting up another career year. So yeah, game was tied at 1. Schlittler gave up an RBI single, and then Austin Wells hit his 19th of the year. Yo, we got like 8 Yankees who are about to be over 20 home runs, which is insane. Absolutely insane. So Wells hit his 19th of the year in the 7th to make it 2-1. And then, yeah, Chase Meredith gave up that RBI single to Devin Williams, which, yo, I hope after that Boone just kind of learns his lesson. Like, maybe we shouldn't be using Devin Williams in a high leverage situation. I get where he's at. I mean, he was starting to work his way back up to that. Devin Williams will get you like that. Like he'll go five to like 7 outings that are just fantastic. You think he's good. You think he's ready to be back in a closer role, and then you put him in a high leverage situation, and he just pisses away that opportunity. Like he just completely does nothing with it. So game was tied at 2 going into the 10th. And, yo, this was honestly a bad base running play by Wells. McMahon. So they had a runner on third, 1 out. McMahon ground out to first. Wait, was it first? Let me check. McMahon grounds out to second, but the infield was playing in, and Wells was out by a mile at home. So, honestly, there's not much to say about that. I mean, Wells just has to read it better. But yeah, that was unacceptable. We could have easily lost the game after that, but like I said, reversing the White Sox, so they kind of just handed us that victory. And then after Williams, Bednaw went in for the Yankees. And yo, bro, so they had a runner on third, 1 out, and I forget who it was. Lenyon Sosa. So he hit like a high fly ball. It was deep to right field, and it was literally about this close away from being a foul ball. I mean, a fair ball. So honestly, it was deep in the corner. Even if Caballero caught it, the runner would have scored and tagged up. But there was no way he was getting to that anyway. So we were inches away from losing that game and only getting a split from the White Sox. So luck was on our side that time. And then in the 11th, the offense broke out. Bellinger had a bloop RBI single to take the lead. Jazz had an RBI double down the line. And Volpe also had another bloop single to give them a 5-2 lead. So after that, we were fine. We had enough insurance runs. But yo, honestly, that's unacceptable. Not a very smooth win from the Yankees. Yeah, pitching was able to get the job done. I mean, Doval came in for the 3rd straight night, got the save for the Yankees. But yeah, Bednar actually won player of the game because he went, I believe, the 9th and the 10th and didn't allow a run. So good shit from Bednar. He continues to prove how good of a closer he is. So yeah, that game, Schlittler was lights out, 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 8 strikeouts. At this point, you already know what you're getting from that young kid. He's just absolutely amazing. Devin Williams blew the save. I mean, like I was saying before, I hope after that Boone kind of learns his lesson. I think the rest of the year, he's a low leverage situation guy. He's not a guy you would use honestly in a big game. But yeah, Williams gave up that double and the RBI single to blow the lead for the Yanks. Weaver went in for an inning, only allowed 1 hit, got out of the jam. And then Bednar, 2 innings, only 1 hit, and had himself a strikeout. So, 2-inning relief appearance from Bednar. He got the win. And then Doval got the save in the 11th when we were up 5-2. So, he gave up 1 run. Yeah, 1 run. So, Yankees won that one 5-3 and clinched the series victory. And then Game 4, I didn't even watch it live, but I was looking at the updates. Luis Heel Sorry, guys. There's a plane flying over my house. This shit's loud. Heel went 5 1/3, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. Solid outing from him. His first few outings were rough. I mean, I can't say they were bad, but it was a little high on the walk rate. But only 2 walks this game, 7 strikeouts, and 5 1/3. So Luis Heel continues to pitch pretty well. Fernando Cruz, 1 2/3, 2 strikeouts. He looked good yet again. Tim Hill gets the loss for the Yankees. 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 run. So yeah, only used 2 relievers that game, but the Yankees lose. Could not salvage the sweep. Judge this game though ties Yogi Berra fifth all time in Yankees history with his 43rd homer of the year and his what is he at? 358th career home run. So Judge continues to keep improving the Yankees history. Tying Yogi Berra is definitely a huge milestone. So Judge homered this game to make it 1-0. And then Will Robertson had himself an RBI double. And oh my gosh, what is it with these voice cracks, bro? And then Judge had a double. Wow, that was pretty good. So yeah, the only two runs for the Yankees were the Judge homer and the Bellinger RBI double. Offense really didn't show up today. Only 6 hits. Is what it is. I mean, like I said, we won 3 out of 4 from the White Sox, but would have been nice if we get the sweep. But I mean, this series in Houston is huge, though. We got Free tonight, Warren game 2, Rodon game 3. So this is going to be huge. These next 12 games are tough. I was looking at the schedule. We got 3 with Houston at Minute Maid Park in Houston, and then we got 3 against Toronto, which are also which is also a major series, and then 3 against Detroit at home, and then we head to Boston for 3 against Detroit. 3 against Boston. So these next 4 series are going to be crucial versus 4 good AL teams. So yeah, hope we come out on top. Can only wish for the best. Tonight is a 8:10 start. Max Fried versus Framer Valdez. So 2 top AL pitchers going at it tonight. Excited to see that. Yankees and Astros pretty much got the same record. Yankees are 76-61. Astros are 76-62. So 2 even teams. I honestly think the Yankees look better on paper. I think honestly the Yankees have a better and more talented roster. But yeah, there's been a couple weeks and even months where we just haven't performed at the level we wanted to. Haven't had guys performing at the level consistently that we want to. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm gonna go eat my food. But yeah, Yankees win 3 out of 4 from the White Sox, and hope we could take this series from Houston. So see you, boys.